All right, y'all, it is 8 o'clock on the dot on Saturday, and we are ready to go. Roxanne and I are all packed up. I truly don't think there's anything else I can fit in her after that game of Tetris to try and get everything in here that I've accumulated over the last 3 months. But we're ready to drive to Massachusetts. The first stop is, the first stop is a coffee shop to get a smoothie. But the second stop is Horseshoe Bend, which I'm very excited about. And then we're gonna hit the Grand Canyon. I'm sad to be leaving. I caught a couple of my coworkers and my roommates this morning, which was really nice. And yeah, it's just sad, but it's also going to be really great to be going home and seeing everybody and just kind of getting back into the groove. So we're going to head out and, we'll see you on the way. Got here just before the storm rolled in, I think. Time to head back. Well, super happy I made it before all this rain started. I drove through this storm, so I guess it chased me here, but I got my $10 worth of view, and doesn't look like I'm gonna make it to the Grand Canyon in time to do any hiking. Maybe like a little walk along the rim, but that's okay. Just puts me that much closer to petrified forest. So back on the road. I got sand in my ear. About whether or not I'm going to camp or whether I'm going to get an Airbnb for tonight. My plan is to go to Mather's Campground, which, if you know anything about the Grand Canyon. It's pretty close to the entrance to the South Rim, and although I don't think that I'm gonna end up hiking when I get there, I still was planning on camping. So, but I have been running into some pretty nasty, in and out of some pretty nasty weather. But I'm still 80 miles away, and you know, things could change. But the reason why I'm trying to decide what to do tonight is because I have actually booked a campsite for tomorrow night near Petrified Forest, and I'm not thrilled about the idea of packing up a wet, cold, nasty tent tomorrow night after a night of camping at the Grand Canyon, and then setting one up, you know, tomorrow night at where I'm camping near Petrified Forest. So I'm hoping that I don't have to like bite the bullet and get an Airbnb, but you know, you never know. Sun is trying to come out. Come on, sun.
Have you ever been sick? Asks Vince. No, says Knight. You need to have contact with other humans to get sick. When is the last time you had contact with another human? He never had physical contact, Knight answers. But sometime in the 1990s, he encountered a hiker while walking in the woods. What did you say? Asked Vince. I said, hi, Knight replies. Other than that single syllable, he insists, he had not spoken with or touched another human being until this evening for 27 years.
Fire sky. So I wasn't gonna have a fire tonight, but some very nice folk left some kindling and some logs here, which was super nice, and you know, never required, but definitely appreciated. So I'm gonna put myself a little fire here. Oops, didn't work. And I'm using matches, but I have a lighter, I promise. It's just that this fire starter that I have is called an Andy's Hot Doggy, and my dad makes them, and they are absolutely phenomenal fire starters. So we're gonna see how that goes. I know that this is like a weird way to set up a fire, but it's worked for me before, so don't come at me. So turns out you can at me because fire didn't work. I don't know if that was so much my fire making skills as much as it was the entire ground is covered in snow. So, you know, I mean, I saw the guy across from me squirting gasoline on his fire, so could be anything. But I'm here in my tent, cozied up in my sleeping bag, you can see that, with my soup, and just trying to kind of keep warm because it is cold, y'all. It is cold. but I got here a little later than I wanted to, but I did catch a little bit of the sunset. And even though I didn't get to hike, I am going to try really hard to wake up early tomorrow and catch the sunrise. So I think if I can make that happen, it would be really amazing. And yeah, really good first day. I think if the rest of the days are like this, minus like the dumb spurts of like sleety snow that you have to drive in, it's gonna be a really good road trip. It's gonna be a really good road trip anyway, but a really good way to kick it off. So I'm pretty happy. Good morning. This is really awful lighting, but I'm no vlogger, so you know, don't get your expectations up too high. But wow, that was worth it. That completely made up for getting here later than I wanted to yesterday, and you know, the cold frickin' night last night, and getting up early and packing up in the dark and standing, you know, on the canyon rim for an hour. Like, I'm not complaining at all. All of that is part of the experience of being out here, and it's pretty incredible to think that some of the most amazing things on Earth are things that man had nothing to do with. This is nature. It's just there. It's constant, but it's also constantly changing, and we just get to exist in it. So, yeah, really great morning.
So if this picture was taken back then, you would be seeing the impact site, the crater wall here sitting much, much deeper, but you're actually noticing the erosion that's happening within the impact site.
Here on a giant scale, including pieces of melted material. Charged with finding guys and doubters that a meteor impact had formed Meteor crater. This world.
Yeah, that's a big hole.
It's hard to believe, but that mine shaft is more than 200 feet deep. That old steam-powered winch was used to lower men, heavy equipment, and material in and out of the old mine shaft. Okay, Jackie, let's head up to the rim.
Next stop, South Rim.
Take a look at those junipers. Some are over 700 years old. When this crater was formed 49,000 years ago, the force of the impact wiped out flora and fauna for miles. It also flipped the layers of rock as they are thrown from the crater in a process called reverse stratigraphy. Okay, who's ready to blast into outer space? Jackie, take us out. Second star to the right and straight on till morning.
You are such a geek. Roger that, Commander. We're going to have to spend space and time a bit to get there fast. On to space helmet. Wow, look around. I know for most of you, this is your first time in space. Pretty amazing, huh? Drones on their way, sir.
Now remember, space objects are constantly in motion. And
Commander,
all...
what is that?
Oh my.
Collision! Whoa! Taking a race back, sir. Hang on, everyone.
Director Nova, we were almost involved in a collision between two asteroids.
We know, Commander. Asteroid Ganymede 1036 has been hit by an unidentified asteroid, setting it off on a trajectory headed straight for Earth. STS Beringer. You must intervene quickly before returning to Earth, or I'm afraid it will be too late.
This is about as good as any. Let's go, go, go.
Okay, dropping the reserve antimatter fuel cell. And landing, sir.
Launch sequence. Get us out of here fast. Push the engines back to full power.
Alright, yeah. Let's do this. Go, Jackie. Go, Jackie. Go, Jackie. Go, Jackie.
Alright, I stopped at the REI in Flagstaff, and I picked myself up a little sleeping bag liner, which promises to warm my sleeping bag up 15 degrees, which I'm hoping is the case, because last night was warm enough, but I could still definitely tell that the temperature was in the teens when I was tossing and turning. So I am hoping that tonight, when I'm inevitably waking up every 2 hours from all my moving, that I will still be nice and